Hey guys, welcome back. Shogun Sanchez here. We'll continue Danganronpa. So we're now gonna talk to Kyoko as it's 3 a.m. in the morning and I wonder what she will say. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center. But I thought it was locked. Okay. We'll go directly there. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand to the door, and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister? Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh well, You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that you don't. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself.
Unbelievable.
It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko. Now you too?
You guys?
Whatever, the two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah, go on. Get out of here. Shoo. So we left and we went back to our rooms. Okay, what was just... And then...
Goodbye.
So goodbye. What the hell? Hold on. Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up and made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. And then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then, that was over. Okay, that was weird. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba? What? What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro!
The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
Ah, who the frick? So there is a 16th student.
The one they call the ultimate despair.
Ah!
Watch out for her.
Oh, it's a girl! Damn, man. All-Star Apologies, Chapter 4. Okay, then there were 7 students left. Oh my god. Altar lump. We're gonna save here.
Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we could be faced with another murder. Oh, 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. Oh man, who the frick is that? It's a girl. Thinking it would be Toko or Hina. Chapter 5, 100 Mile Dash. Pain of a junk food junkie. In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall. So let's begin the usual post-trial investigation. Hey, you didn't make small talk or anything. We never get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, you must refrain from pointless small talk. Geez, how high is that horse of yours?
Well?
He just acts like that so to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think. Anyway, regardless, if you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. They creep around the school like a mouse, but the mastermind's pride is as bloated as a cow's udder.
In the name of my family.
And no matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them.
Huh?
Hey Toko, you've been pretty quiet. Man, you're so boring now. You just sit there like a mushroom. I'm gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom.
What's your deal?
She didn't snap back at you. Her talking makes things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission. What? But if she can't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink water. I don't care.
How about that?
And you're okay with that, Toko? Jeez, how long is that rock you're hiding there under? I believe this is small talk Byakuya warned us against,
Come on.
and yet I let myself get involved. But it is now finished. I will never allow you to drag me down to your level again.
Let's go.
We're going to begin our search. Stop running your mouths and start moving your legs. Pressured by an obviously irritated Byakuya, we all started our exploration. Okay, so the 5th floor would be open now, I think. So we'll go directly to the 4th floor. Oh, here. Oh no, this is down. Is this correct? Yeps. It is. So here I am on the 5th floor of Hope Speaks Academy. The 5th floor has been opened up to us, and it's totally different from all the floors we've seen up until now. For some reason, it feels unpleasant. Okay, what do we have here? We got classrooms. We got a garden. We got a dojo. We got one more classroom. And then a bio lab. Ah. So the 5th floor is the last floor. Okay. We'll check this one out. Okay, nighttime secrets. No more. Stomp stomp. He's so dirty. What the heck? Okay, it's still the same. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go to Toko. Ooh, Makoto, that's me. Haha, catch me if you can. Wait up, I'm gonna punish you. Gross. Ah, this is Kyoko. Huh? Does she want to talk to me about something? Toko, what's wrong? Is she trying to say something? I think she's almost just a little more, and I might get it. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what it is you're trying to tell me. She just let her shoulders drop. She looks so sad. I guess she gave up. Okay, that was pointless. We'll go to the dojo. Oh man, just look at that sakura. Cherry blossoms. Even though this room is totally enclosed, there's a cherry tree planted here, and it's in full blossom.
Hey,
It's quite elegant. This is what you consider elegant?
indeed.
I lived overseas for a long time, so this kind of Japanese style scenery is refreshing. But considering our situation, isn't it kinda out of place? It's a straw post used for sword practice. Did they use it for training here? Okay, more cameras. Got locker rooms. There's a bunch of wooden lockers in here. The wooden lockers and keys remind me of super old school public bathhouse. Ooh, got an archery. The target seems pretty far away. Gotta say, pretty proud of my eyesight. Okay, we got a samurai armor. Even though this room is totally enclosed. Okay,
Hey.
yeah.
In
Man, if I have the money, I'll really buy an Japanese armor and display it in my place. A suit of armor is on display. It's extremely Japanese. Yeah, I think that's it. What Kyoko told me yesterday. What the heck did it mean?
Mukuro, the 16th student, lying the one they call the watch out for her.
Kyoko? I'm not going to say anything. Huh? I can't say anything. Kyoko narrowed her eyes. Her gaze started up to the surveillance camera.
Hey,
You understand why, right? She was trying to tell me that whatever it was important. The mastermind couldn't find out. But how did Kyoko get her hands on information that could be that important?
so then,
We're finished here. She made it very clear that our conversation had come to an end. And just like usual, I didn't understand anything any better than before. Okay, let's go to the garden. This is where Hero is. Oh man, it's a Venus fly trap. Those nozzles poking out, are those the sprinklers? What is this? This thing is super weird, super creepy. Flowers aren't supposed to get this big. Is this thing real? Watch out! That's a Monokuma flower. I came up with a name myself. Try and touch it and you're in for some real excitement. Your heart's all like whoa, and the plant's all like snap. Your flesh is like all blah, I'm dead. In other words, it's a monstrosity. It's pretty freaking amazing if I do say so myself. A student of Hope's Peak added improvement after improvement and created this miracle creature, the ultimate botanist. Although they don't go here anymore, they died during the tragedy. By the way, despite how it looks, that flower is super practical. It can eat paper, plastic, even people, so it's totally good for the environment. Such an eco-friendly creation is vital for the future growth of a healthy society. Not that I'd know anything about that myself. Spouting more and more nonsense, Monokuma eventually disappeared. Whatever it is, I better keep my distance. Okay, we've got a cabin here. Cabin in the woods. Just to be sure, I should take a look in the tool shed. Oh, this place seems totally disorganized, from a lawnmower to fertilizer, flower pots to farm tools. And leaning against the back wall, is that a pickaxe? So many flower pots, big ones, little ones, any size you might need. Maybe I'll grow some flowers to put in my room. Okay, a lawnmower. There's a lawnmower here. Even with this here, who's actually gonna take care of the lawn? You've got lots of weapons here for murder. Bags of fertilizer are piled up. There are so many different kinds to choose from. There are different kinds of gardening tools here. Are they trying to get us to become self-sufficient? And then a pickaxe. Huh? There's something carved into the handle of this pickaxe. Crazy diamond. I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere. Huh. Okay, where did we see that? Okay, what's this? Is this a chicken coop? What's a chicken coop doing here? This place even has chickens, huh? They're just regular chickens, right? Like they don't eat people or lay bombs instead of eggs or something crazy like that. It seems safe. It's a chicken. It doesn't have like a second form, right? Okay, there are 5 chickens. Oh, you like chickens too, Makoto? Yeah, I love these little guys. They're seriously cute, right? And there's exactly 5 of them here. Exactly? 5, you know, the number that comes out after 4 and before 6. At least in terms of natural numbers. Anyway, whenever the number 5 pops up, that's a good omen. It contains the mysteries of the cosmos.
I'm at least 30% right.
It's a number of power, a refreshing number on par with hand-squeeze all-natural lemonade. He never lets get me a word in edgewise. Okay, we've got a monitor. And then what's this? There's some kind of control panel set near the wall. Does it control the air conditioning or something? It's for the sprinklers. Sprinklers? Yeah, it controls the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off every morning at 7:30. Don't you dare change it without permission. Of course, the settings panel is locked, so you couldn't change it if you wanted to. So that means the sprinklers go off at 7:30 a.m. every morning. Yep, you got it. Super user-friendly, which sucks. So if you get here too early, you'll get drenched, so watch yourself. But you're not a little kid, right? You're too old to go running around sprinklers anyway. Or do you have some kind of water fetish? I'm gonna tell everyone.
Yo.
At first I thought I saw blue skies, but turns out they just painted the walls and the ceiling.
You know?
But the plants are all real. It's been a while since I've smelled vegetation. It helps me relax. That's not what you're thinking, is it? Huh? Why is that bad? Don't you get it? Don't you realize the true horror of plant life? It's there just beneath the surface, beneath their calm exterior. They're always watching and waiting. And when they decide they can't leave us in charge of Earth anymore,
The end is nigh!
they'll put their plan for a global human extinction into action.
Well,
I'm serious. Okay. I'll leave you to that. Okay, well, let's go to Byakuya. He's in the classroom. Ooh, it's Hina. This floor feels different compared to all the others. I'm not so sure what it is. Is there some reason for that? I hope it's not anything too creepy. Holy shit! What the hell is this? The grotesque horror of the room struck me hard and fast. What I saw was bad enough, but what I smelled, it was sour, pungent, impossibly ranked. It smells awful, doesn't it? It must be at least vaguely familiar to you. After all, you've been around your fair share of corpses. Are you saying? It's the smell of death, their flesh and fat and blood. There was no surprise in his voice, no shock. But he was right. I had experienced this smell more than once before. It was the smell of death and despair. But the smell here is strong, condensed. It's the smell of a battlefield. Monokuma must have...
Hey, come on now.
What? My fault again? Stop trying to blame everything on me. If you hadn't done what you did, this never would have happened.
Unbelievable.
It's quite the opposite. The opposite?
Now then.
Yep, let me give you an itty-bitty, eegee, squeezy little hint. As far as this room goes, I don't know a thing. I just left it exactly how I found it. What?
Yes, indeed.
How's that for a hint? Better than those stupid hints you get from NPCs in those mean old RPGs.
Uh-oh.
But it's pretty scary, huh? Blood all over the walls and junk. Of course, even in the outside world, people die bloody, gruesome deaths every day.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
So it's not really a big deal. Just keep your chin up and keep on living, soldier. What's he talking about? He just left it the way he found it. What's the meaning of all of this? There are white chalks outlines drawn all over the floor. How many bodies were there? I've seen this kind of thing on detective shows and stuff like that. You always see it, the scene of the murder. I wish I could say I don't believe it. Maybe we all died here. Because I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 people. There's blood all over the place. I want to shut my eyes forever against such ghastly sight. It appears all the bloodstains are dry, and their color has changed as well. I think it's safe to assume these stains are considerably old. Is all really blood? Of course, I wouldn't find it interesting otherwise. And it is interesting, I assure you. What on earth happened in this classroom? He seems like he's enjoying himself. No way can I keep up with someone like that. An eye for an eye. We will talk to Byakuya then. Byakuya, about what Monokuma just told us. It's like I'm not even here. He must be lost in thought. Is he really thinking that hard? Or he just flag out ignoring me? Maybe a bit of both. Okay, the last room. The bio lab. Ah, it's locked. It's locked. We came all this way just to be denied here. The sign in the hall says bio lab. A bio lab. That we're forbidden from seeing into. It kinda sounds like something out of an old cheesy horror movie. I guess I've seen what there is to see up here for now. But once again, nothing I found seems to make any real sense. I need to head back to the dining hall and find out what the others turned up. One after another, everyone made their way to the dining hall, and before too long, it would appear everyone has returned. But still, it's just the 6 of us. That's barely enough for a decent volleyball team.
Just a second.
Hey, don't be a sourpuss. We gotta think positive. Besides, even if one more person dies, we can still field the basketball team. That's like reverse positive thinking. Anyway, there's no time to be depressed. For the sake of everyone we've lost, we have to do our best. Can we stop all this group hug nonsense? We need to find out what everyone discovered.
Yeah.
I checked all the windows on the 5th floor, front to back. That used to kinda be Sakura's job, but anyway, no dice. There were metal plates and all, but the windows just like everywhere else.
Correct.
Which means no chance of escape on the 5th floor either.
So,
But when I was looking around, I realized something about the layout of the school. What exactly did you notice about the layout of the school?
Just a second.
You took a good look around the 5th floor yourself, didn't you, Makoto? Huh? What do you ask?
So then,
Because if you did, you must have noticed the 5th floor is lacking something every other floor has. What is that? Something on all the other floors, but not on the 5th floor? Ah, the toilets. Are you talking about stairs? There aren't any stairs leading up from the 5th floor. That's what you're talking about, right? Ah, okay. Does that mean the 5th floor is the end?
correct.
We're finally starting to get a clearer picture of this school. All that's left now is to solve the underlying mystery. But that's the hardest part.
okay.
Even if it's hard, we still gotta do it. Yeah, he is right. Everything will be okay as long as we work together. I'm sure we'll make it out of this. No, I'm not. No, not. I'm sure we'll absolutely will make it out no matter what it takes. By the way, did any of you find it? The other strange room on the 5th floor. Well, no, strange is a massive understatement. The smell of flesh and fat and blood. The white outlines I've encountered here so far. What the hell are you talking about? The smell itself was horrific, far beyond any normal murder scene. Everybody's smell concentrated. God, I'm glad I didn't see it. I feel like I'm gonna barf just hearing you describe it. But I mean, what the hell happened in that room?
So, in other words,
I can only think of one thing. A large group of people died right there in that room. A bunch of people were killed in there? Stop, seriously, I'm gonna throw up.
It can't be.
Perhaps that's what was meant by the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in the human history. Huh? You're thinking the same thing then. My theory is the mass murder that took place in that room is the incident said to have happened 1 year ago. The awful scene in that room, that was the tragedy that happened a year ago.
In other words,
Precisely, the tragedy is another name for the genocide of the student body of the Hope's Peak Academy. If that's true,
it's all clear now.
that would explain why Hope's Peak was forced to close its doors.
Hey.
I mean, I guess that all makes sense, but it's all just so awful. No, just off, not just awful, super awful awful. They're right, it's beyond awful. It's terrible, tragic, and hopeless. But still, how is it not one of us ever heard about something like that happening? Does that mean they really did cover it up? Okay, my theory is we're all the students that died there, and we're just, I think, memories of the old. I don't know. I really don't know. That's why I'm so excited for this conclusion for this game. Okay, now we'll talk to Kyoko.